Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Tonight you have a regular season game of the year candidate. It's the high-flying Miami Heat, the defending champions. And they are playing the team they beat in the NBA Finals last year, the Oklahoma City Thunder in Oklahoma City. Now, the Heat have been on a tear. The Heat have won 6 in a row, but I'm expecting them to lose tonight to the home team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Right? Let's look under the hood and let's discuss why. By the way, the Thunder are expected to win. I believe the Thunder are slightly greater than a minus 200 favorite. They should be. Let's talk about why. You know, the Heat are a team with a great record, but not a great road record. Again, we're looking under the hood. On the road, the Heat are only 12 and 11. Right? Their margin of victory on the road is roughly, on average, 2.5 points per game. Right? That's the margin by which they outscore teams when they're on the road. Those numbers just don't match up with Oklahoma City's home record. Understand, Oklahoma City has one of the dominant records at home in the National Basketball Association. Oklahoma City is 23-3 at home, right? They beat teams, they outscore teams at home by roughly 14 points a contest. Simply put, Oklahoma City is a much better home team than the Miami Heat are a road team, right? Much of the Heat's recent glory has been done in Miami, where this game won't be played. They'll be on the road. Let's talk about health. Udonis Haslem is supposed to miss this game. He's had back problems. The back stiffened up. He's not supposed to play. More importantly, even if he does play, a guy who has back issues isn't going to be remotely close to 100%, right? That's going to limit his minutes. That's going to limit his effectiveness defensively. Also, three-point shooter Mike Miller apparently has caught the flu bug that's been going through the Miami Heat locker room. He may play, he might not play. Understand, there are no questions about any of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're completely healthy, right? You should think about that. Let's also consider the fact that there's a huge revenge motive here. This game has been circled on the calendar by Oklahoma City because this is the first game between these two teams in Oklahoma City since the Heat beat the Thunder in last year's championship series. Right? In other words, the Oklahoma City fans have been waiting for this one. The only other time these two teams have played took place in Miami. Miami won that game. I believe it was on Christmas Day. But again, that game was in Miami. This is the first time they're playing in Oklahoma City. Let me also point out, too, that Oklahoma City's catching Miami at the right time because this is the first game of a road trip by the Heat. The Heat have just had a lot of home cooking. They've just been in South Florida for a prolonged period of time. 5 games, a long homestand by NBA standards. Now they're going to have to pack the suitcase, go to the airport, hop on the plane for the first time in several games, and hit the road, right? I think that also bodes badly for the Miami Heat. Finally, you know how teams, particularly good teams, sometimes get a little bit full of themselves. They've been winning they think they're unbeatable. Arrogance sets in. They don't play as hard as they should. That's not going to happen to Oklahoma City because Oklahoma City just lost to Utah. In other words, if they needed a wake-up call, they just got one in their last game on the road. Right, folks? They just lost. The coach doesn't have to convince these guys that if they're lackadaisical, they could lose because it's just happened to them. Now they're coming home after a loss, nationally televised game, TNT, against the red-hot Miami Heat. People are so into the Heat at this point that we're now hearing that LeBron James might be as good as Michael Jordan. For the LeBron James crowd, obviously this subject gets me excited. I love James. Perhaps he's my favorite player right now in all of basketball. But understand he's not Michael Jordan. You don't have to believe anything I say. Just look at the block shots for their careers. Okay, one guy, simply put, the shorter guy, was the much better athlete, which the much better legs. Understand too that Jordan went 1 year where he literally won Defensive Player of the Year while winning MVP of the league. An argument can be made that Michael Jordan in the late 80s was the best player in the National Basketball Association, both defensively and offensively. Let me also point out, I know I'm getting a little bit far afoot here, that LeBron James, with two different teams, went to the NBA Finals and lost them. Right? Michael Jordan has never lost in an NBA Finals. Right? As much as I love LeBron, and he is a great player, no question about it, people need to realize that Michael Jordan is really a Babe Ruth type player. A different level entirely. Anyway, be that as it may, I like the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight on a money line. You're actually getting a greater than 40% rate of return if the Thunder can simply do what they've done in 23 of 26 home games by beating the visiting team. Right? The Miami Heat on the road are really just slightly above 500. Put a different way, if you look in the Eastern Conference, you're going to see several teams with better road records than the Miami Heat. I like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're healthier. They have revenge. Their crowd's going to be motivated. I like them tonight on a money line over the Miami Heat. Let me know your thoughts. Let's compare notes. It is Valentine's Day, 2/14/2013. So if you see this video any other day and the Heat are playing the Thunder, understand that's a different game than the one we're talking about, taking place today, February 14th. I like the Thunder over the Heat on the money line tonight. I'm staying away from the point spread in a nationally televised game of this magnitude between two teams far above 500. I think betting a point spread line is too risky for this gambler. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments here online. And of course, visit us at gamblersadvisory.com and dwyervip.com for premium picks. Thanks for watching.